With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Ladies and gentlemen,
let's get started.
I have thought a lot in the last 24 hours.
Time to get your weekly sports fix.
By the skin of their teeth they lost.
You know, then you can just ride in the whole thing.
With Stix.
What's happening now, big homie?
What up? Yo.
Yeah, you there? There we are.
What, you done lost the audio already? Man, you got to get your technical situations together.
I don't know what's going on today.
Yeah, I don't know. But look, I'm seeing all kinds of stuff, man, in pre-production. There's just different images popping up all on the screen with y'all. I don't know what's going on. But, yo, it's Veterans Day. Shout out to everybody, you know what I mean, who done wore the uniform for the big stars and stripes. You know how we are. We get out here. We represent real big, you know, in order for us to have these good freedoms to put this podcast on the air for y'all. So I had to be the first one to say it, since my family go back with mad lineage, years, generations worth of military service, going all the way back to the Civil War situations, documented. You know what I mean? So we got lineage. But yeah, shout out to all the veterans, man. Yo, you know what I mean? With all your limbs, with some of your limbs, man. Hey, giving us the ability to get out here and do this, man. The veterans need to get more respect, more love around here from the government. And I'm about to get off my soapbox, but y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you got it, bro. You hit it.
I just had to do that. I had to do a little something. You know what I mean? That was the first thing on my head.
Yes, sir. Right on the money. We appreciate everybody out there for your service and services it's been in the past. So we appreciate y'all. You know, wouldn't be here today without all those veterans. That's for damn sure.
That's right. Just like Tupac said. Well, actually, he wasn't even the one that said it. But anyway, what more can I say? I wouldn't be here today if the old school didn't pave the way.
What else you got going down there in the 253, homie?
Man,
you got the kids home from school the next 5 days or whatever, probably, huh?
I didn't know nothing about all of that. I got to look at the organizational calendar for these school districts. But last night, I come to learn that again there is no school today. Yes, so we was chilling. We was getting a couple things together early this morning, but he's down there chopping it up with his boys on the sticks. You know what I mean? PlayStation, doing this thing out there, yelling obnoxious things to each other like kids do. I'm wondering what the hell they're talking about, but it's everyday business down there with them.
Man, we got a lot of stuff to cover today, and we're gonna bring it to some people's bring it to you people real, like the homie always does, baby.
Man, I'm almost fed up, bro. I'm almost, you know what? And I said this offline. I'm gonna get on this, and then we're gonna move on. But man, I swear, I feel like I don't ever want to place a bet again in my life, man, until the NFL comes out and says we're on some WWE type ish. You know what I mean? The week 9 was just way too crazy, man. And you gotta, hey, if you didn't know when you went to sleep on Sunday, you definitely know before you went to bed Monday night after you watched that damn game. I'm trying to tell you, all you need is the refs. It's just a different situation. Ain't no ring or nothing like that, but it's still the refs. They in there controlling the game with BS calls.
Oh, I can't wait to get
into
that, man. We're gonna get into all that real soon, brother.
Feel like cutting a promo right there.
As you will. I'm sure you will. Let's get going because, everybody needs to go to thisisfunner.com for sure. Check out podcasts, more podcasts and online content. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the show. Grab some merch from the Funner family while you're at the Funner website. Follow me on Twitter at Stix015 and follow this guy and us big homie at homie_anonymous, brother.
Yep.
Use that hashtag Stix and Sports. Got some stuff on there. Use that hashtag. You can peep out everything that we've been talking about and what we've been discussing on there as well. Man, brother, we got it's almost December, dude. Can you believe that shit? It's I guess let's say it's almost Thanksgiving, because what are we, like 2 weeks away from that? This shit is wild. I can't believe it's already November, dog.
I don't know, man. One of my mantras around the house, like I always tell them, time waits for no man. And it becomes truer and truer all the time. You look up and we're talking about November. You know what I mean? This is wild out here. So Thanksgiving's around the corner. The holiday seasons are around the corner. You ain't gonna have the bread because everybody's broke to buy their kids the G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip, or it's caught up in the supply chains. We don't know. But we at the end of the year, it's about to get crazy, man.
Yo, and one thing that we need to put out there, not only are we on, episode 131 or whatever this is.
Yeah.
But we about, let's see. What's today? The 11th, obviously.
11/11.
We about 2 weeks away from doing this shit for 2 years, dog. That's wild.
Yo, anniversary.
Not even 2 weeks, like 9 days, brother. 9 days.
Word. Oh, man.
So next week will be like the damn 2 year. Well, yeah, somewhere in 9 days to fucking 2 years, bro.
Man, I need some fanfare, a little bit of pomp and circumstance, a little pageantry. I need all of that for next week.
Hey, work on the drops there and see what we can come up with and add a little flair and fanatic.
Just nonstop drops, bro. Just keep hitting the button.
Yeah, here, boom, boom.
Producer,
boom.
Just keep hitting it.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
The nonsense that we have gone over the last 2 years too, like we did the year in review episode was pretty dope. But hey, there's some sponsors out there somewhere that need to help us brothers out a little bit.
It would be nice.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
It would be very nice. And we appreciate you. So hey, hit us up. Let's chat a little bit. All right, dog. Let's get into this.
All right, the final score.
All right, we got the typical stuff going on, but this seg that we produced or that we put together is meant to be a run through so we can just hit it and then we get into the discussion pieces. But I feel in this one we're going to talk a little bit more than usual because we keep getting a little bit more. We've there's just so much going on, so we'll try to keep it short and sweet for y'all. as we do our best through this seg. But bear with us, because I think there's going to be a couple little topics that we need to discuss. Obviously, we talking about the Olympics. It's going by fast. It's going to be here in January. So stay tuned for that and announce Big Homie's recap, since he's going to be the one up at night watching all this, because some of us go to bed early. I almost forgot about the Brooks and Bryson one-on-one. I hope that's still set for November 26th time frame too, because that's going to be in. I heard that what was I going to say? Charles Barkley and Phil are going to be commentating on this, so that should be interesting as well.
See, you know what? I'm glad that you brought that up, because I haven't heard any new promos about this. Who has the coverage? Who owns the coverage?
Match?
Do you know who owns the coverage? Who's on it? Fox?
I don't know. I'm guessing TNT, since Barkley's on there.
Okay. Well, see, that's probably part of my, lack of NBA stuff right now, not watching Inside and all of this. But, I haven't seen any promo, and that's the little bit of social that I do. Oh, you would think that you would see it somewhere. We see the match. We see all of this stuff. We seen promos well in advance. Another instance of poor promotion.
Another something that you'll have to get on the homie investigation team and see what we need to fix on these fools too, right?
Yeah, I'll get a couple extra mics out there so I can hear the good stuff.
Yo, I know you saw this. College football. I just got a quick little thing maybe we need to throw into perspective here. The UW coach, Jimmy Lake, got suspended for one game for pushing a player. I guess he hit his face mask.
Yeah, he slapped him.
Yeah.
Blah.
After the Oregon game there.
Yeah.
Got suspended one game, homie.
It's his player.
Huh?
It's his player.
Exactly. This is crazy, dude. This is wild, and I don't understand it at all.
You can't do nothing no more.
No, you can't do. You can't get emotional. What? Hey, Trent Dilfer grabbed the dude, right? Grabbed his player in a high school game, and he's still coaching. I know it's a university thing; it's different, but in my opinion, okay, a suspension, all right, that's cool. Without the whole UW program being a disaster on the football field and the coaching or whatever it is, he shouldn't be terminated for that action. People want him terminated because of that action and the results on the field or whatever. That's different, but I don't understand how a coach is getting. Okay, how's that any different than the F-bombs being used at you and telling you how much of a piece of shit you are? Trying to get your player away from an instance on a field, something that's going to happen that could be worse for the whole team in general and any other players involved. He got the player out of there, in my opinion. What a joke.
Man, if he's going to get fired for anything, he needs to be fired because of the on-field performance of his squad, okay?
Right.
And we don't know who the hell he is, and we don't know anything about the University of Washington football team. This is one of those things where, like I said, you can't do nothing nowadays. It's one of those things where it's not the act. That is usual coach behavement.
Right.
For y'all that don't know, behavior and educating. So that's what it is, right? So you can't stop a coach from doing what he's supposed to do with his players when it becomes to how they behave on the field. He's going to check them every single time if he feels like they're doing something. You would rather have him do that than for his player to do something uncharacteristic that the coach does not condone, and he gets kicked out and all of this. Then that's a direct reflection on the coach too. It's the optics. All it is optics. Everybody now is only concerned about what things look like because they want to talk about it. This is the whole thing, man. The whole thing, Aaron Rodgers, the whole thing. It's just something. Somebody wants to see something, and then let's get on one of these sides. What side you gonna jump on? You know what I'm saying? Do you want to roast the guy? You know what I'm saying? Or do you want to be on the side of he didn't do nothing wrong? It's not that he didn't do nothing wrong. That's just usual business for a coach.
Remember back in the day where they grab the fucking face mask and pull you across the field and say, get your ass over here. This is where you're supposed to be?
Hey, Look, you know what I mean?
This is what you're supposed to do.
Look, that's the same thing as having somebody run laps after the fact. You're on the coach's back because he embarrassed the player? Is that? Tell me if that's what it is. Is that what it is? No, because that's not what it's about.
No, I think that, I mean, it's about canceling something that's not even an issue in my book. I mean, if he would have threw him to the ground and, swept the leg and threw some elbows and, then picked him back up and threw him down again, that's different. That's an altercation, but that's not getting him out of the circumstance of what could have been worse for the player, the team, the player's draft stock, or if he's a draftable player or not. He helped that kid out.
That coach ain't Bobby Knight. I'll tell you that right damn now. He ain't no Bobby Knight.
Right? There you go. Go look at some clips from old Bobby Knight. Speaking of college basketball, this one's for you, Dirk Irvin. Shout out there, buddy. You and your Zags. I saw this the other day, and this number 1 overall recruit, Chet Holmgren, is the first player over the last 25 years with 10 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and 5 blocks shots in his D1 debut for the Zags there. So, Zags,
he related to Mike or what?
Foot. What's up?
He related to Mike or what?
I knew you were going to ask that. I was going to look that up, but I forgot. But no, I don't think so, because I haven't heard anything on that.
Man, dude, I mean, I'm not a big college basketball guy. I mean, March Madness has started to decline for me in terms of interest, even the last couple of years. And this is the same reason why the NBA is kind of like blah right now. Is this exact reason? And I don't know if it's the whole pipeline and how the NBA and college works now, where nobody either goes to college or what, you know what I mean? Or they're one and done.
I say one and done, right?
Yeah, is it that? I don't know. I don't know any of these dudes, right? So they're not there long enough for the average sports fan to find out who's dope yet. They're really not. So I'll never know. Just like I talked about last week. You know what I'm saying? Who are the rookies in the NBA right now?
Right.
I know some of their names, but I haven't heard them do a damn thing. But I know who Alonzo, I know who LaMelo Ball is from the year before. It's just getting horrible. It's getting bad, man. And I heard that there was some nice performances by some cats out there that did their first couple games the other day, and I need to go back and take a look, and I'll probably see if the guys are fly. But I don't know, college basketball, man, it's not interesting to me.
Well, we talked about this before. We talked about this, I think it was actually the first year, because there wasn't a tournament in 2020, but in 2019, I think we talked about this with Aaron Barcott as well. The tournament should be probably the thing that gets you is the thing that gets most people hyped up, right? Because these teams are beginning to be more competitive, especially during the tournament season, like we've talked about before. And
you get to see everybody, the whole nation.
All the teams,
I mean, yeah.
Speaking of the tournament, my Knowles will be there, ranked number 20. So shout out to them.
They got a squad?
Huh? They got a squad. Yep,
okay.
Yep. They've had a good squad under Coach Leonard Hamilton, the youngest 73-year-old in the world, as we discussed before.
Can they beat North Carolina?
They're gonna give him a run. They're gonna play him twice, so we'll see.
Can they beat Duke? I heard Duke is the business again, as they always are.
Hey man, you're giving me all these 21 questions. This season just started. I haven't got time to do all that yet.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's preseason hype. You got. I mean, the season's already started.
But they're gonna be rolling. I just wanted to give a shout out to my Knowles. But you know who's not gonna be in the tournament?
Who?
The Husky basketball team. They're as bad as their football team, bro. 19-point favorite and lose to to some other Huskies, Northern Illinois, I believe it was.
So you're saying that Brandon Roy is not about to walk through those doors? Is that what you're saying?
There you go. You and you walk through the door. I love it. I think I had something I was gonna steal. I was gonna steal that line sometime in this during this show, but you already got on it. I love it. You brought up the NBA, homie. Yikes! Did you see the Jokic and Morris situation the other day?
Of course I did. Of course I saw that.
What the hell? I mean, These dudes, man, they're just wild. If that was the NFL, they'd be exonerated from the NFL for at least 3 weeks, 4 weeks, no pay.
What? You think so? No, look, man. Hey. Woo. Okay, let's unpack.
Unless you're an NFL ref, then you're okay. You can do that to players.
Right. Let's unpack some stuff real quick. If that was just a standard, okay, Morris gave a standard hard foul on dude. Dude just didn't like it. Okay,
I don't know if that was a standard hard foul.
He was giving a foul. I mean,
yeah,
now maybe it came with a little bit of force, but he was attempting to give a foul right there.
He looked like a chicken or a duck trying to use his shoulder to fight or something. I don't even know what the hell that was.
I didn't see the flow of the game, but apparently Jokic did not like that because he came and he gave him one of those old school Big Daddy Cool Diesel moves where he grabs you by the back of your trunks and then gives you the forearm to the low back from behind. That's what that was. That's the first thing it reminded me of. And the whole time he dropped like a sack of potatoes, right? But here's the thing. These dudes don't even want to fight. They've already eliminated even, handsy play in the NBA. There's nobody that actually wants to fight in the NBA. They always talk about, well, we don't want to have another Malice in the Palace. And the only reason that is because the fans are in so close proximity. It's not because these dudes end up fighting. The fighting really didn't happen between the Pistons and the Pacers in that game for the most part. They was pushing and shoving, but nothing really started in the Malice in the Palace until the fans got involved. So that's the only thing they're really concerned with. Okay. Now, the Morris twins, both of them, claim to be real hood dudes from Philly, and they got a little roughness to them and things like that. Now, these guys are going to play each other again, but guess what? Jokic ain't the only one. He got Serbian brothers, bro, and apparently these dudes is some big grizzly bear wrestling motherfuckers. You know what I mean? And these they don't play no games. I don't know if they're from the European, gang, the European hood, the European mafia. I don't know, but there's a lot of talk about who his brothers are, and they are not to be fooled with. And I would just like to see when these boys show up as a show of force, intimidation, or whatever the case may be, when they're
sitting behind the bench
in the stands the next time when the Nuggets come to play the Heat, vice versa, because they got to go to Miami, I think, because it's East and West, so it's only the 2 times. But I think it's coming up again fairly soon where these teams play each other, and I can guarantee you Morris is going to act just like everybody else. Play the game, play ball. Yeah. He's not going to go after old boy. NBA players don't behave like hockey where they just drop them because of a beef from 2 weeks ago and the puck hasn't even dropped yet.
That's right.
You know how hockey gets down? They're like, look, I don't like you. And I know that we have not even started this game yet, but I'm dropping my gloves right now. I remember you. We're about to get them up.
I'm going to take that 5-minute major real quick, or 5-minute minor real quick.
That's right.
I'll be back before you know it.
They do not want the smoke in the NBA. And I heard Charles Barkley and Shaquille talking about beefs, and you know how they always talk about, back in the 80s, that just would have been a hard foul and everybody would have just kept going. Yeah, they're absolutely right. But they've already taken all of that stuff. You can't even put your hand on a dude's hip no more to guide him on defense.
I've heard the new rules, but I haven't had a chance to watch it and listen to it at all yet and see how it's going down. But I hear that it's making the speed of the game a little bit better until you get to the last 2 minutes, of course, because that's always takes 45 minutes, but you know how it is.
Yeah, basically what they did with this new rule that everybody's talking about, that Draymond is talking about, and going on saying hell yeah for the game, is attacking the offensive player. So the offensive player that jumps in front of people to have somebody run up over their back to get a foul, that's not a call no more. So anytime where you're blatantly, as an offensive player, trying to get a call for stepping in front of somebody or all of that, and what they've shown is that Trae Young, James Harden has lost 12 points a game because he's not going to the line on these BS calls no more. And that's what Draymond is loving right now, is that these suckers who just get dummy calls aren't getting the benefit of the doubt from the refs.
That's good for the game for sure.
That's good for the game.
What else you got for the people, homie? You got a 60-second rundown like last week?
Hell no, because the NBA don't even deserve 60 seconds on a rundown. But you know what I do have, though? Hey, you got to love all of these organizations and the people that own them, right? And the stuff that they get into and the gall and the mentality of some of these cats. We talked last week about the Phoenix Suns and the owner walling out. You know what I'm saying? He wants to debate with players and coaches on whether he can say the N-word and how many times he should say it. And, hey, look at these pictures of my wife, damn near nude. And, hey, this is how I like to get down when I do things. So now there's a big old investigation of what goes on with how he's been behaving out there in the streets. Now, it's people who've put their names to statements. You got to love a down-ass chick. The wife goes out and says, nah, give me the phone. I'm calling all of these people. She is not even smart enough to know that this is more damaging to the squad, to her husband, to the team at large. What? You don't think that when you call somebody that they're not going to add to their statement, that you called them, sweating them about why did you make a statement? Are you not, I mean, do you not know the definition of intimidation and how many different ways it can be taken? Clearly, she does not. I don't know her name, but Mrs. Tarver, you are a gem.
Wow. That doesn't go on for much longer. He's got to be out of there soon.
No, he's definitely going to be out, man, because you can't do the Donald Sterling thing and this dude still be there. So the NBA doesn't play that, right? That's different between the NFL and how they take all of these different things to some, which we'll talk about a little bit later, or the NHL, you know what I mean, and baseball with their different concerns. If something comes up, the NBA, for whatever reason, they're just like, look, we'll snatch a franchise from somebody. We don't play, right? So they don't want that in the league. I don't know if it's player empowerment, all the horseshit they talk about, but they just don't stand for it. So it's only a matter of time, and especially since the wife now involved herself. She can't even do the Shelley Sterling thing and act like the full owner so it can stay in the family name. She involved herself. Now the whole thing's going to get snatched, and now they're going to have to sell it. So I don't know, man. They messed up. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things, bro.
They need to move on from them. That's for sure. Let's get to, man, I got to tell you guys about this UFC card that I hope y'all watched. I know Nas Pomey and I chatted offline about this a little bit. I was sending you updates because I know you didn't watch, homie.
Nope.
The card was awesome, like I said. Gaethje and Chandler definitely started off the main card with a bang. Put those two on the first fight on the main card because they're going to stand there and trade and put on a show for everybody, which they damn sure did. So that was pretty awesome to kick off the card. Thug Rose retains her strawweight title, which was dope. And Kamaru Usman kept his winning streak going, 15 in a row, one behind Anderson the Spider Silva, longest in UFC history. So dude's just a bad dude, man. Usman is the dude, man. It was pretty dope. But yeah, that whole card was awesome. Kind of felt bad for the fight right after Gaethje and Chandler. Shane Hurricane Burgos and Billy Quarantillo. Those dudes put on a show too, but nobody really knew or noticed because of what was on before. They even landed the most strikes in a featherweight bout, or in a featherweight bout, I believe, between those two. So they put on a show as well. So it was awesome. So good for the UFC going back to Madison Square Garden, putting on a big show.
Okay.
And looking forward to one more. There's one more pay-per-view. I believe it's December 11th, which is going to be huge. And it's going to be the last one of the year. So it's going to be awesome.
Can't wait.
You're fired up, aren't you, homie? We can't not talk about baseball a little bit.
Yeah.
I saw this too, homie, that what the hell was during the parade? First of all, it didn't look like there were that many people there, to be honest.
No.
And at the parade. But what the hell the bus driver doing? Thinking he was in Grand Theft Auto or some shit? What the fuck was going on?
Yo, I don't know. I think he saw the speed limit sign on the street and was like 35. All right, cool. Let's just do that. I got things to do. I got places to go. You know what I mean? I got to holler at my wife. You know what I'm saying? My girlfriend on the side. I got to go. These dudes are wilding out on this boat. I got to be out of here. The dude is rolling around like he never heard 2 miles an hour so everybody sees you. This is like a term. You have to do that. And
he's never drove a party bus before or what?
Or even thought or seen a parade before. Did he look at the speedometer at any point and say, wow, I've never seen a parade move this quickly before?
Plus, I mean, there weren't a lot of people. I mean, as far as like a Seahawks championship, streets lined, millions of people or whatever. But this dude's never seen any of that and just said, hey, there's people on the side. Maybe I shouldn't go Mach 1 down the street. Like I just stole something. The fuck?
That's a slap in the face for baseball. I mean, because clearly, it's just what it is. I mean, I'm sure Atlanta loves it because it's been so long since they've won in terms of Braves fans, and its regional ability and reach and all that. But nobody knows who they are. The police is trying to arrest the pitcher during the parade. The police don't know who the dude is, and he is wearing his own jersey. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I mean, had to pull out his ID.
the police were like, okay, look, this is too big of a gathering. A bus driver, move it along. Okay, move it along, and no getting out of the bus. Don't do anything out of character. Just move it along. Or man, I'm talking about hands behind his back, bro. They were serious with him. I mean, they didn't even think twice. Like, well, I wonder why he has this jersey. His jersey doesn't even say Freeman on the back. Like he's a fan. Like he has the most popular player jersey,
right?
You know what I mean? Or Acuna, or you know what I mean? Or like a replica with no name. They really treated him like he was just an obnoxious fan, bro.
That was wild. That was awesome as well. What the hell? Hey, at least they were out there protecting the street. You know who's not protecting the net? Moving on to NHL. The damn Kraken. 4-8-1, brah. Struggling. But you know the nice thing.
Over 5.5 all day.
Over 5.5 all day. Yes, sir. We discussed that. But they are at home the next 6 games, starting off tonight. So
for whatever reason, it doesn't happen as much at home. But when they're on the road, it's guaranteed over 5.5 game goals with them involved. And I think so far this week it's like, or this week and last week, 5-1 if you would have bet it blind.
5-1 with the over 5.5.
Yep.
Looking forward to those because I think it's just going to continue with these scores in the NHL. They're going to start, putting it together. There's only a few teams that are solid right now. Hey, your boy Kyle Larson. Let's talk a little NASCAR real quick.
Don't even start.
Your boy Kyle Larson. All that backing we did for him back in 2020 has paid off. He's about ready to get his money back. Wins the Cup title this last weekend. So good for him, huh?
Man, they done effed around and let this boy win a title. I could have seen this coming. You know how I love storylines. You ain't gonna be able to tell this boy shit after this. Okay, you are not gonna be able to F with this boy in no way, shape, form, or fashion. Because guess who's coming? Guess who's coming? I just won the title with little to no sponsors. Guess who's coming? Sponsors. Guess who forgot anything that was said a year or some change ago? The sponsors. Guess who wants the bread? The sponsors. And guess who's going to get the bag at the end of the day? Mr. Kyle Larson. Congratulations.
He's getting all those sponsors back. Maybe he could throw us a sponsor or two since we helped him out with that.
That's what I'm saying.
Backing him from day one.
Archive.
Yo, we only got a couple more things real quick to talk about. We're going to end it with the fantasy football update here in a minute. But
okay, I like that.
Boxing. I have to get this out there because former NBA player Darren Williams will box former NFL player Frank Gore on the undercard at the Jake Paul-Tommy Fury fight in December. Why the hell does Frank Gore need to be hit in the head anymore? He does not need to be hit in the head anymore, bro. What are these guys doing? They need to knock this shit off. I mean, they're gonna get paid. That's the problem. I guess I can't say knock it off because they're gonna get paid. Good for them. But this is wild.
Exactly. I mean, all of this, like I told you, I don't know if I'm here for all of this, right? I don't want to see somebody that's not a professional sit up there and do this for just the show's sake. You know what I mean? I'm not here for this. This does not serve me as a fan. Now, I'm pretty sure people are going to check in for this. You know, if they're put on a card, you know, with somebody else major, you know, like, one of the Pauls or something like that. If they're put on a card, of course, yeah, you're going to watch it because you're already there for that, right? But, yeah, you could miss me with this. I don't care how much these boys is out here training. They are not real boxers, and I'm not trying to see dudes actually sitting out here flailing around, and I previously know them to have a level of athletic ability. I don't want to see them look like ass in a different sport. That's not the business.
Not at all. So speaking of fantasy football update, man, this is Funner League. These girls are on fire, bro. They're killing the game, as in a good way, because they are just on fire. Still reign supreme. Angela, Jen, Em, and Evelyn. Shout out to the girls.
Man, that would not be the case if my whole squad didn't get injured in week 1. Okay. That's all I have to say. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you're making a comeback, homie.
Homie is officially in the house, and homie is officially kicking down the front door to the house. I am coming in. Okay.
Yes, you are.
They thought I was playing. If I was on the other side of the bracket, I would be in second place. That's how big of a comeback I've made after taking a deuce at the beginning. And I won't even front. It was all bad at the very beginning, but it's all about strategize. Plan, plot, strategize.
Yeah, plan, plot, strategize isn't working for me. I'm 2-7 now. I did get a win last week, thank goodness.
Dude, I could have swore you had a squad. I don't know what happened to the rest of it. It's like if you took anybody out, it's game over. But I thought you had a squad.
Well, now this COVID shit is fucking around. I missed Aaron Rodgers last week. Now Chubb's fucking around and got it too. That doesn't help when he got me the win last week with like 30 something points. So we'll see how that ends up this week, because he still has to test negative a couple times before he can even think about playing. So it could be all bad for Stix in the fantasy football world. I'm making a comeback in a couple other leagues, but I definitely ain't making one in this one. Girls are too good.
Hey,
I'm bending the knee.
After last week, you lucky this ain't Survivor. Everybody would be out.
Yes, sir. All right, that's a wrap for that. So let's get into a lot of NFL.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
You're listening to your weekly sports fix with Stix.
Yo, this is the NFL. We back. Sports fix with Stix. And that NFL in this situation definitely stands for not for damn long. Because not for damn long, I'm going to be standing for all of this shenanigans going on in the NFL right now. This is way too obvious. Now, I really would love to see some of the money stats from the books and all of that, because I would love to know who actually made out last week. I mean, did the fans make out on this, or did the books make out on this?
The books. Well, you're right. Yeah, go for it.
Because the way that it was, and it was so crazy. Because I mean, think about if I had if I had a knot down on Jacksonville. I was all in. The house is ass up. Right? You know what I'm saying? If I went all of those $1,000 tickets that you be showing me, you know what I mean? If fools be wanting this dumb shit. If I was dumb enough to go all in on a heavy counter ticket on the Jags last week, the books would be ass out, right? Everybody, they had to cash out everybody who was that stupid enough to be on the Jags, right? So I don't know who won last week. It was just everything was just totally horrific, man, that went on. So I'm almost willing to make the statement, okay, that I'm not betting on the damn NFL. Y'all heard me say it at the top. I am this close to saying I'm not putting a hot damn dollar on the NFL again until I figure out the hell they're doing over there, because I swear it's like a WWE heel turn, and I got all my money on the heel to win, and now all of a sudden he wants to be a good guy. I don't like this, okay? This is not good for the situation, but it is very entertaining, as y'all know that I love, man. What do you think about about the whole of Week 9 and how it just impacted everybody?
Yo, you hit it on the nose, man. That was crazy when all the underdogs, we always talk about, we talk about like the underdogs, a lot of times, like, we pick a couple games here where we actually think, 7.5 underdog, they're going to cover or whatever. But do you ever really think that they're a freaking 14.5 point underdog like Jacksonville is going to even maybe cover? Yeah. But do you ever really think that they're going to beat Buffalo with they're probably like plus 800, plus 600 money line?
Come on, if you could find that
$100 to win $600, if you have $100 to throw down, or $1,000 to throw down to 6 times your money real quick, was wild. It's there's only a couple teams that are really, I guess, really, really bad, and I thought Jacksonville was one of them, but then they pull off the win. So let's see. But there was all sorts of shenanigans. Still.
Shout out to RJ, who apparently knows something about something. RJ Bell out here proclaiming to throw all of your bread on Denver versus the Cowboys.
Oh, yeah, that was the other one, huh?
And there was no way I would have done that.
That was another double digit underdog right there.
That's what I'm saying. Think about how many division leaders took a deuce right there. That was oh my God, man. And on top of that, I don't even believe what Tennessee did. I have no faith in that. Yes, if they beat the Rams. Sure they did. Your eyes saw them win that game.
Oh, yep.
But are you going to trust them in any way moving forward still after? Are they on some amazing hot streak right now that you're going to ride this wave with Tennessee? We just talked shit about their whole division not too long ago, that they had already locked it up. And I'm pretty sure mathematically it probably is locked up.
Right. Yeah. And then they got that big win on Sunday night. So they could very well be. Yeah, I still like Tennessee, I guess. Well, let's see what happens, because I've said this before with the Chargers, with Cleveland early, with who else was it that I was on? Cincinnati, and then these fools all just, well, besides Cleveland, now they're making a comeback, and Baltimore making a comeback. But Cleveland and Cincinnati and who the hell else did I just say? Los Angeles Chargers. What the hell is going on with those two? They should have easily, those would have been my best bets last week. I guess Chargers did cover at -1.5, but not very easily. And then, Cincinnati didn't even put up a fight against Cleveland. I thought, they would have pulled that one off as well. So yeah, 100% last week was a shit show. Sure. And then
unbelievable.
And then in the homies this week's who got it, like I referenced to earlier, my boy Nick Chubb. What the hell? And Aaron Rodgers, who knows if he's going to play this week? He's still got to clear protocols and game time decision or some shit, which could very well screw with the lines and what's going on this weekend as well.
I don't understand why he shouldn't play or why he couldn't play. Now, I know that he hasn't had to be around practice, or he couldn't be around practice. But if you thought about a quarterback that doesn't necessarily need to practice, you would think of Aaron Rodgers.
He's the one.
And he should, and according to what they say, by Saturday is the day when he is first day eligible after the protocol ends. So he tests good. I don't see why he wouldn't play unless Green Bay has a bye coming up, which I'm not 100% sure of, and they're just going, oh well, we'll just slide this one too. But I don't see that is the method that they want to roll with.
You would think not. I mean, but I wonder if, the COVID, he said he felt fine. He said he didn't really have many symptoms. He's been working out or whatever, but, I'd like to think, like you said, even if he's missed 10 days of football or however many it's been, 14 days or however many, whatever, that he's the guy that could just go out there and play no matter what, barring any, setback on Saturday. I think it might be a little bit of gamesmanship because, damn well Aaron Rodgers is going to be out there, and, damn well the Packers want him out there other than Jordan Love on Sunday against the Seahawks.
Yeah, especially after what I saw. If I would have been paying attention during halftime, I was all in the second quarter with throwing down damn Green Bay under whatever the number was. I swear. And I would have hit. Now, if I would have been paying attention, but I was already pissed off by the week by then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? By the time that game was on, I was like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, from what I'm seeing, it's Green Bay under everything. Jordan Love is not scoring a damn thing. I don't give a damn if it's 6.5. I don't give a damn if it's 5.5. I was going to go all in, and I just got busy, distracted around the house or whatever, and I missed it. And damn it, he ain't get it. Okay, so that's what shows you whatever the hell has been going on. Baltimore didn't cover. Vegas lost. I mean, you know what, bro? I'm telling you.
It was a wild weekend.
No Kyler Murray, okay? And Colt McCoy looks like he just won the damn Heisman and is the number one quarterback in the damn world. So that got me to thinking. Now, that right there, I think, put our division on notice. I don't know if you took it this way, but I think our division needs to be on notice because I told you I don't believe in what the Rams have going on quite yet. So I wasn't expecting a loss right there with the Titans from the Rams, but it happened, and I saw exactly how it happened. So for those reasons, I think Arizona just put us on notice, bro. Anybody in the NFC, Seahawks, Rams for the future, that was all system. They said multiple times during that broadcast that Colt McCoy did his damnedest all week to just copy exactly what Kyler Murray does. And he got the same damn results, G.
Hey, they're figuring it out. They're 8-1 is, as JJ Watt said, maybe they are just that fucking good.
I did not see that damn coming at all.
Yeah, he was on the sidelines saying, said that a couple weeks ago. Maybe we're just that damn good. They are on fire.
So it's wild out here, man. But it's a lot of stuff going on as the NFL does with everything. Because we talked about all of the shenanigans that went on. The last thing that we saw from the NFL was Monday night, which normally we would have looked at this game as like who the hell's watching this, right? And what the hell do you know? They turned a story in this shit too. Chicago Steelers. Okay, the Bears Steelers, they turned a story on Bears Steelers. Bears getting that ass whooped. Guess what? For some reason, now all of a sudden in the second half, Justin Fields has got it.
That's right.
He looks like damn Randall Cunningham.
Get that backdoor cover.
What? Okay. Now let's get into it.
I ain't gonna lie, homie. I wanted to be all over it. I don't know why, but I wanted to be on the Bears for some reason.
Did you?
Because it's at 6.5 against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's terrible. I just not sold. I said that early that we're not sold on him. And we were talking about having a change in ownership you brought up a while back, but they're just not sold. They're not going to blow anybody out.
No, Pittsburgh is definitely not doing that. They're stuck in that purgatory we always talk about of those middle of the pack teams right now, and that's just where they are. I don't give a damn if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan for your life and you still think that they're top 15, you are deluding yourself. That's just not even what it is. So yeah, it's coming. Teams are coming. But man, come on, bro. Can you make it more obvious than that, bro? They did a shoot, as they would say in wrestling WWE terms. That was a shoot. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. Well, let's get into it. Cassius Marsh, you know what I'm saying? Was that a flag? First of all, I want you to tell me, is the spinning roundhouse, okay?
And getting excited?
Is the spinning roundhouse a damn flag? When Ray, who used to do, was it Ray Lewis? Used to do the kick in the door.
Yeah.
Damn it, I think JJ Watt does the kick in the door all the time, or TJ Watt does it for sure, I think. Come on, is the spinning roundhouse a flag, first of all? Start with that.
No, that wasn't a penalty at all, because I mean, this whole taunting thing just needs to go away. It's stupid. I mean, I get like not using props for a touchdown, right? But yeah. I mean, if you score a touchdown and you catch this great ball in the end zone and you snag it over the DB, and then he lands on top of you and you kind of elbow him off to get him off you, and you pump your fist and do your leg kick like Cassius Marsh did, that's a taunting penalty? No, you just made a fucking touchdown. There's no way Cassius Marsh should have got a penalty for a sack. Yeah, I get it. It was a coverage sack, but still, he's still busting his ass to get that sack on Ben Roethlisberger or whatever. So yeah, that's stupid. And then what happens after, homie?
I'm telling you, look, man, I'm about to get this taunting situation. It's so subjective, because it's like they're talking out the back of their head. A year and some change ago, they just said, "Hey, y'all can celebrate however you want," but this year the emphasis is don't taunt somebody. What the hell is that line? Okay, because that means now I can have WWE referee Double Dave Hebner come out, you know what I'm saying, and put down the 1-2, the fast count real quick, aka why do I know a ref's name unless his name is Ed Hockley? That's the only referee name you should know, because he got the guns. But now I know who Tony Correnti is, because he's out here boxing out Cassius Marsh after his spinning roundhouse.
Have you ever seen that before?
No, but did you see how he held the 3 though? He held the 3 after he threw the flag. And I seen so many memes and little videos and GIFs of all of this, of him going, you know what I'm saying? He held it up, like,
there.
After he boxed him out, he was like, "Oh yeah,
here's the flag.
Oh yeah,
and here's the pose."
Like Statue of Liberty, bro. I'm telling you, you could have did anything with that. And I just think that was why the long and short of this whole situation is these refs need to stop integrating themselves into the game. It's way too many calls that I see when it's a boom, 40 yards down the field, catch, beautiful. He's down at the 3. The guys are running up there. And now you turn back and look, and it's a damn flag that didn't have no, you know what? I'm going to put it out there. They ain't had no fucking outcome on the damn play.
True.
The dude threw the ball, dude caught the ball. Now you're going to go to some other play that's over here that didn't even impact that. A penalty should be because the shit impacted the game. I don't know if that's the original spirit of throwing flags and penalties, but it should be.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right. I wonder if, I don't know, there's got to be a way to keep the flag in your pocket when you know it's not, the guy's hand hit his chest and then it accidentally hits his helmet, his face mask, when you're putting your hands on a receiver or a defensive lineman putting his hands on an offensive lineman or whatever the case may be. And then, like you said, the 40-yard pass down the field, and then there's a flag for illegal hands to the face or something, either way, offense or defense.
Dude, it's crazy because if I'm sitting up here and I take a 5-step drop and I'm throwing off to my left and back on this side away from the play, my cornerback illegally contacted the wide receiver in a route that I was not throwing to, and you throw a flag on that damn thing, something's wrong, man. I don't know. It don't have no impact on what we were doing over here. I didn't gain a competitive advantage. I don't know, man. But look, that's what makes it all interesting, though. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that for real, they doing some hella good writing. You know what I mean? WWE writers, man, they ain't this good. SNL writers, they ain't this good.
Yeah, that was an interesting Monday night. That was an interesting weekend and capped off by the interesting Monday night for sure. Speaking of Monday nights, though, no Manning cast. And did you see that the Manning cast guests, Russell Wilson, Travis Kelce, Rob Gronkowski, Matthew Stafford, Tom Brady, and Josh Allen have all been on the show, and that next week they all lost. Their teams all lost.
Wow, bro.
Talking about writing a script, bro. Like you said, I mean, this shit is wild. That's wild to me right there. That is crazy.
I even overheard somebody say they tried to put a methodology to why they would have lost after appearing on there. Right. And he said, well, it's Thursday. And instead of them either watching tape or if they're an East Coast team being sleep, they're on this show. And that's throwing off their routine. That's Thursday, idiot. Bruh, it's still a Friday, a Saturday. So that shit don't work. But the trend of it is what makes the story. And you gotta love stuff like that. That's NFL doing NFL things. And that's what's beautiful about it, man. It's crazy, man. But you realize how much you miss Eli, because Peyton and Eli, because I turned to it and it wasn't there, and I was almost pissed off a little bit.
Yeah, I do. I want to see. I can't wait till they're back. I don't know when they are. I know take a little hiatus. I don't know if they're back next week or.
I think they said that they were taking a week off, so they'll be back for Rams 49ers, and we won't get into it. In a minute, but they said they were going to be back. And I think that's what they do, man. They're picking and choosing hot games. They don't want to be around a fucking dumpster fire like the Jets or something like that. They'll take that one off.
I would like to heard them talk about that Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh-Chicago game.
But look at it, though. Here's the story. Since we don't have Peyton and Eli from a network perspective, boosting up our NFL-ness, let's write a story.
Yeah, there you go. Speaking of stories, though, how in the fuck does Aaron Rodgers get fined $14,000 for breaking COVID protocols?
Deals.
And CeeDee Lamb gets $20,000 fine for having a damn jersey untucked, brah.
Deals.
What the hell?
Dude, CeeDee Lamb then got more fines for uniform infractions this year than a mug. Okay, this boy's wild, man. I'm trying to tell you, I only need to hear about a uniform one time, and I'm good with that. But no, the whole Rodgers thing, man. I went from last week wanting to open up the show with how spectacular Aaron Rodgers was in that Thursday night game versus the Cardinals. I wanted to open up last week with that. Instead, we opened up with Aaron Rodgers got COVID. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And now look, Aaron Rodgers done wrote a damn story for your ass now. Now he's on his one outlet is McAfee, so he ain't talking to nobody really unless it's McAfee, or at least he ain't kicking real talk. And now he's getting slapped around. State Farm, out. We ain't cutting you a check. Local Wisconsin hospital, because of how you got down, or I don't know, your beliefs, because you don't want to get vaccinated, you're not down. Now, I get it. He just went from being
Steve Favre kept him though.
I just heard
they're just not playing his commercials as much. Unless
is that what they're gonna do?
Yeah,
I heard he was cut.
No, I don't think they cut him. I think they're backing him. They're just not playing his commercials as much.
But I mean, I see what everybody's saying. Yeah. I kind of see what everybody's saying though, because the beef is that everybody has to know this. If he's an unvaccinated dude and everybody knows that, you're supposed to behave like an unvaccinated dude. If you watch a Minnesota Vikings game or you watch a Colts game, when Carson Wentz comes off the damn field, that mask goes on fucking immediately. He's following the damn protocol because he is not vaccinated. Same thing with Kirk Cousins. And that is a thing. And they're still strapped up, you know what I mean? Even though everybody around them, which is the funniest thing too. If everybody around me is vaccinated, why the hell do I need to wear a mask? Number one. Okay. It looks really stupid, but I get what the protocol is. That's fine. Okay. So I don't know what's going on, man, but he just took a big heel turn on this one, man, and it's wild. I think I hope he's back, because again, we got the Odell Beckham situation, and it's
I was just gonna say
let's work it out. Let's iron it out. We got ties to OBJ going to Green Bay. Can he play in the cold with Aaron Rodgers? I think that's the one quarterback that can get him right.
Yeah, I don't know. I know there's still talk on the streets with Seattle, but I don't think he's going to want to go to a 3-6 team after this weekend. And no. Green Bay will be 8-2. You know, he's going to want to go to a contender if he gets his choice. I don't know what the fucking talk on the street is him going to Kansas City.
Kansas City. What?
Yeah, Kansas City doesn't need him. They're terrible.
When you have too much and you bring in him, it's only a potential for a bomb to go off.
I mean, he's weighing his options. Sounds like we're not going to hear anything to next week, but you know, I could definitely see a lot of talk of him, you know, maybe New England, because you know how Bill Belichick does. He always gets that receiver. Well, he's got Randy Moss back in the day, Amendola, and but, you know, no, I know Tom Brady's not walking through that door to throw him the ball, though. So that could be an issue. You know, same thing with Baltimore. I don't know if that's on his list, but I could see him going there. That would help him out a little bit. But I think in the long run, the right place for OBJ, and I still don't know if he's gonna be a factor anywhere, but that would help out Devontae Adams if he does go to Green Bay.
For sure. I mean, like I said, I think that Rodgers is a smart enough dude, because him and Devontae, all they do is improvise. And if that's the problem with Baker and Odell, because Odell liked to improvise, that would fit perfectly. Now, my concern is this time of year, do you want Odell out there playing in the Green Bay elements, having not done it before? That's the one thing. Now, if the
smartest thing in the past 2.5 years.
Very true. The smartest thing that you said in that situation was the Patriots. Now, that should be a move, because I guarantee you that Mac Jones would tie his wagon straight up to Odell and make it happen, because that's the only way that he can kind of bring himself out of just the Patriot way. Just like Brady and Moss, right? You had a Brady and Moss situation. That was the only time those two kind of transcended the Patriot way thing, right? So I think for Mac Jones would probably love that. You know what I'm saying? Giving him those options and all of that. But I don't know. I don't know if it'll work, because again, he's a personality type, just like, I mean, we thought that maybe that the Patriot situation up there with Cam Newton, okay, we're going to get into that too. Cam Newton was going to wouldn't work out well, because he's too big of a personality, and who on New England has ever had a personality?
I got one more for you, homie.
Go.
The Las Vegas Raiders.
Why not?
OBJ can go there.
Why not? Hell yeah.
Still a 5 seed in the AFC, still has a playoff push. You know, great stadium to play in. Probably a city that OBJ can hang in.
Probably not. I mean, seeing what we got going on with Vegas.
But who did they just sign? Who did the Raiders just sign? I freaking
Deshaun Jackson.
Oh, D-Jack.
Yeah, the Rams had to let him go.
OBJ's an upgrade over Deshaun Jackson. I mean, he's definitely an upgrade over Henry Ruggs. Is going to be in prison for the rest of his life.
Well, I mean, but look at them playing together, Deshaun Jackson and Odell Beckham Jr. on the Raiders.
And Hunter Renfrow and Brian Edwards and Derek Carr has another weapon.
Yeah, and to go along with Waller.
And Waller, yeah.
That could be a little squad.
Might be the way to go. I don't know if they have cap space or whatever. I can't remember seeing their numbers when we were looking at the cap space offline. I can't remember, but
I don't think they were one of the squads that had the money that were on that 9 teams that had the cap space money left. I don't remember. But I don't remember seeing their name. I know Seahawks were involved and a couple other guys, but I don't know. But let's go back to what I was talking about a second ago. Is Vegas really the right place? Maybe the Raiders as a team might be the best place. It might be the best team involved, but is Las Vegas the best place? Seeing that their players, it's like a hood. I mean, are they really trying to be Raiders over here? Dude over here got Call of Duty guns. Okay.
Oh, snap.
Call of Duty guns.
Did you see this breaking news right now? Finalizing deal with Rams? Odell Beckham?
Hell no. That ain't came up yet.
Odell Beckham finalizing deal with Rams. Breaking news. I don't know if this is real or not. But
I just saw earlier Odell Beckham is not trying to pick a team until my phone notification right now, and it says timestamp now. Rams agree to terms with wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. That is the place for Odell Beckham Jr. Now, when Cooper Kupp is shining, is he gonna act like a little
punk ass
hoe on the sideline? You got to watch these words nowadays. I don't want to get canceled, even though I don't care if I got canceled, because if I get canceled, that means I was probably on once upon a time, and I like that. But anyway, yeah, man, woo, hot news flash up on this piece for y'all. Y'all didn't even know y'all was gonna get a news flash.
There's no way I thought OBJ was
not
gonna
a chance
go
in hell
to there. I mean, who you know better than I do? Cooper Kupp, Higbee, Van Jefferson. Who am I missing?
Bobby Trees.
You know
what I'm saying? Van J, Tyler Higbee.
They're almost like the Chiefs. There's too many options at that point, you know, to keep everybody happy. He wasn't happy in Cleveland, was he? Because he didn't get the ball, and he was with this boy Jarvis Landry who was getting the ball.
And you would think that would have been enough to have him relax, right? Just the fact that his boy was there.
Right.
To talk him off the ledge as necessary. Now you go into a spot, because before that with the Giants, I mean, he didn't have a bunch of guys surrounding him in the wide receiver room with him, if I remember correctly. Okay, so now he goes to Cleveland. Same thing. He could have been the star. He just needed to get on the field. Now all of a sudden you got beef with the quarterback. So clearly he is saying that Eli Manning is better than Baker Mayfield. Okay, that's what he's saying, which I love. He's not saying it, but he's saying it, right? Eli Manning is better. And guess who else is better? Clearly Matt Stafford is what he's saying. If he thought that that's the way, the Rams putting everybody on notice. The Rams are putting everybody on notice. They just need for it to work. And thus the reason why I don't trust what I'm seeing.
Yeah, this is wild.
Too much doing. They going out of the current Lakers playbook, and I don't like it. You can't just grab people from everywhere, and this is supposed to work. If he blow my damn team up, I'm going to come looking for that little blonde hair boy. Okay? I'm telling you right damn now.
They don't have cap space either. How are they paying this dude? They're going to void contracts and all that. That'll be interesting. Let's get into that later. You want to get into these games, homie?
Man, let's go. I'm trying to find that list too. I want to see who was all on that list. Okay, I got the list. Here's the list.
Oh, you found it? What is it?
All right. Jacksonville ain't spent no money. They got 28 mil under. Eagles, Broncos, Seahawks, Panthers, and they just spent a gang of that right now on the Cam Newton news that we're going to get into a little bit. Washington football team, Chargers, Steelers, Bengals. Those were the names originally who got the $7 million. That
so the least amount on the list, the bottom one was what, 7 million in cap space?
No, you need $7+ million of his salary, I'm thinking, to pay. Cincinnati Bengals have 9.7. That was the lowest of the 9.
Okay. Yeah, I wonder where they got the cap space from.
I don't know. Maybe it's that luxury tax situation where it's like, or it's one of those incentive laden situations where it's like, hey, we'll do it this way on a salary cap situation. What did you got any details on the deal? Is it like a couple year deal, a 1 year deal like Cam got?
It just says finalizing deal. So we probably hear something a little bit later today. I'm sure Monday or Thursday Night Football.
That is crazy as hell, man. Hey, Cam Newton got him $10 million. The
most he's been paid in his career.
$10 million, man, for 1 year to go back to the crib. Now, I was thinking about earlier, what did he leave for? Do you remember what he left for? What was the reason? Was it just contract over and they decided to go a different direction?
Yeah, I think so. And he didn't go out on good terms either, which is wild. I mean, not as really good terms, but like he wasn't happy with the way he went out and with the ownership and all that. And now he's back. So, but
I know McCaffrey was there. Yeah, McCaffrey was there with him. I think DJ Moore was there with him. That coach wasn't there though.
No,
I think that was the line. Because I don't think Rule has had Cam Newton at all. Period.
No. Rule's only been there 2 years?
Right. So, yeah, I don't know, man. For $10 million, they think something. They see something.
Well, I think Darnold went on IR for at least 4 weeks, 4 to 6 or something. So I don't know.
They know something about PJ too, apparently.
Yeah. Poor PJ, XFL transient.
Cold-blooded.
He's good though. I like that kid.
Yeah.
Hey, before we get into the games though, I just want to read off some numbers for you. I know I sent these to you, but we'll read off these numbers for the peeps. Top teams against the spread via Fox Bet Sportsbook. Green Bay 8-1, Dallas 7-1, Tennessee 7-2, Arizona 7-2, Indy 6-3, and LAC 5-3. That's kind of neat.
I mean, aren't those except for Indianapolis and Clippers, the top 4 are definitely in your top 10. So that just tells you that you look at all of the stuff that I was just talking about. Indianapolis is the only one that I do not have in my top 10, right? But that shows you that the teams that are at the top, which is what I was telling you a couple of weeks ago, are clearly at the top.
Yep.
They're clearly at the top and performing at the top.
And it goes off your actual homie hardline power rankings by the way you do them is based on points against points against teams, right?
That's right. So that shows you how accurate stuff has been. So now it's like I said last week when they were talking about don't bet sides. It's just fractions, man, because everything is Vegas is so tight on it. They got it down. So all you're doing is taking a flyer on a little piece of information, you know what I mean, on a side. And that's too tight, man. It's so hard to get an edge, man.
Well, and here's some proof to that too. Got some other betting numbers for you. Year to date, VIA, Dave Tooley, and at View from Vegas on Twitter. This guy's got a lot of good stuff. I think you should follow him, homie, if you haven't yet.
Okay.
Faves are 79-54 straight up this year, and 3 games closer to pick 'em. So, and then dogs lead 76-56-1 against the spread. So that's only 57%. Road teams are 71-62 straight up with 3 neutral site games. And the road teams also lead 77-55-1 against the spread. So that's 58%. Unders lead 73-61-2, 54%. And I'm an overs guy. But the primetime overs lead 14-12-1 after the 6-0 start we talked about early in the season.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of evened out, as you said, homie, because last year was kind of the same thing, right? Or I think it was the opposite, though. I think it was unders and then overs hit in the primetime games, especially on Thursday night, that we were tracking last year. But those are kind of interesting numbers that on there. So fun to
one thing that I get up out of that too is that the one thing that I've heard multiple pros talk about is that the home field advantage number that's normally thrown in, some people just throw a random 3 at it, right? 3 points, home field advantage. That is not a thing no more. And that number just calls that out right there, that the road team is up on the year and big too, at a nice professional number of 58, right? So 58%. So, I mean, that's what makes it hard when you're putting together a power rank that includes points. I mean, there is there no more home field advantage? I mean, because that's where you get and try to find those little margins, man, and that speaks it out too right there, man.
Well, and after the WWE scenarios they threw together last week, I mean, who the hell knows with COVID now and home field advantage not really being a home field advantage because all the fans have been away for a year, and then now who knows, players aren't playing in front of fans.
Dude, there's so many
everything's
ways.
A complete fuckery, dog.
Yeah, there's so many ways to throw us off the scent. They just got so many tools in their arsenal to throw us off the scent, man. They went into business with all of these gambling partners, FanDuel and DraftKings and everybody who else they've been in, Caesars and everybody else, right? And we got to keep everybody coming back. And that's what all they keep doing, man, is increasing the parity. And, man, I'm telling you, FanDuel and all these people are eating, man. All these people that can take money from you at the counter are eating heavily.
You know who's not eating? Washington fucking State until they figure their shit out. And if they figure their shit out now, they'd be smart to get their half of the season in and the Super Bowl in. But they still fucking around.
I'm trying to tell you, man. Well, we'll see how that goes, man. They starting to work it out, and we'll see what kind of fan experience they offer when they're able to do that. But as of right now, man, I don't know about you, but I don't feel confident with a damn thing, including my own damn power rank when it comes to looking at these games after last week. But I'm going to still give it up and serve them up just like I always do, with the best information, with the tightest information. And then if it don't work out, man, then we end up with a Buffalo situation, 9-6. And I can't do nothing with that. You can't come to me and say, hey, what happened there? Because I don't know.
That shit happens, right?
Yo, wow, man.
Last week.
So, hey, tonight, what you got, man? You got Lamar Jackson, man, on the bill, going home to play against his hometown squad, Miami Dolphins. Today, Thursday Night Football live. This is a game probably most people would just tune in to see Lamar Jackson because Miami is garbage. Baltimore is a 7.5 point favorite as far as I could see as of, I did this one this morning, so it don't look like that's changed at all. 46.5 is the number. You know what, man? There's nothing that Miami can do in this game, but what the hell do I know? Okay, I'm gonna preface each one of these by saying, what the hell do I know? Okay. I have Baltimore and Miami 7 points apart. The spread is 7.5. Damn it! Now look how am I supposed to pick a damn side from that?
Well, if you're going off your numbers, you said Baltimore 7 points better, not 7.5.
I'm supposed to bet on a half. A half.
You got to bet the hook. Aaron Jones' favorite hook. You know what? I would roll with Miami plus 7.5 because of the hook, but I would only do that if Tua was healthy. And it sounds like, I haven't looked at the weather yet. It sounds like the weather might be a little shitty down in Miami. If the homie investigation team could check that out while I spit some verbiage here, would be nice. So I would roll with Tua if he was 100% healthy, 7.5, all the talks on Lamar and how great he is, which I don't disagree with, but at home, 7.5, could be a number to roll with. I think it's one of those games like we always talk about, wait till the second half, see what happens. Not going to pick a side here, but since Tua's not 100% healthy and you got Jacoby Brissett going to play, game plan's going to be a little muffled a little bit, even though Jacoby's a solid QB. can keep the game and keep the game close. I wish I had his numbers from when he played earlier this year. But, I think I'd just roll with Lamar on this one and just see if he's still Lamar after the few weeks that, we've shown us that he's been. The one thing I do like, even if the weather is shitty, it'd be Lamar rushing over 65.5. I think he goes for 100 tonight, one way or another.
And that's kind of the one thing we got. We got to look different ways. Right now, Caesars is talking about 8.5 right now, bro. Okay.
Yeah.
So look, I mean, how
that
far?
must mean that Tua's probably not going to play because now the line's just going to keep going up.
Yeah, because I think it's game time decision on Tua right now. But I mean, but look at what I've got 8.5, and that's what Caesars is telling us. Dude, that don't tell me a damn thing because
not
guess
after
what
last
happened?
week.
Baltimore was a 6-point favorite versus the Vikings. That game ended up at 3 points. Do you remember the Ravens being said in that list of teams that with the high cover ratio? Hell no. Every game they done played this year, they are addicted to overtime. They're addicted to close games. Hell yeah, you are absolutely right. You should put money on Miami in this game because that's all Baltimore has done all damn year.
All right, so here's one thing I do have on that too that's kind of swayed me to Baltimore as well. Is teams that didn't cover the previous week when playing a team that did cover the previous week are 39-14-1. So that goes for Baltimore tonight because they didn't cover last week and Miami covered last week. So Baltimore is a 7.5. So they didn't cover last week. So I'm leaning towards them covering this week, especially if 2 was out. But those are just numbers, and it's only what 39-14. I mean, hey,
right?
I want to roll with it.
Because I mean, look at besides the fact that they got rolled by the Bengals, okay, I think that was meant to throw everybody off the scent.
Right.
Because if you look, they won by 3 last week with the Vikings. Tight game against the Colts, 31-25. I don't know if that was a cover. That was week 6, I think, or week 5 maybe. They blew out the Chargers. Okay, that was one. So look at what you had back to back, blowing out the Chargers 3 weeks ago, and then getting smoked by the Bengals. Prior to that, 2-point game, 1-point game, 5-point game, and a loss to the Raiders week 1. So I don't know. So yeah, I mean, judging with all of that information, of course, you'd probably say, look at what Miami has, whether they had Tua in play or not. If they had Tua in play, I'd say, hell yeah, I'd like to go Baltimore on this because with Tua in the game just looks like it's a 10, 15 yards from scrimmage type of game. He's not throwing the ball downfield to nobody this whole time. And they haven't been running. Your boy Myles Gaskin's done absolutely nothing.
I was just going to give him a shout out, bro.
Yeah,
I was just going to say.
He had a touchdown last week, though.
Yeah, Myles Gaskin's going to get those 2 TDs tonight. Shout out, fan.
You got to do something, man. They got to do something. Man, this boy's froze. Man, is he froze?
Washington, let me rephrase that. Shout out. Uh-oh. I got some bad weather situation. Can you hear me?
Yep, there you go. You back in the house.
Just going to say, I just got an alert that says your internet is unstable. Talk about technical difficulties. It's that fucking Washington weather, man.
Yeah, and we're in for it.
Someone get us that sponsor so we can post up in Vegas next to Aaron Jones's house and get some good internet connection and some great weather. So did you hear my pick of the night with Myles Gaskin, 2 TDs tonight?
I did hear the 2 TDs.
All right.
Look. Look. Okay, I'm gonna try to find a prop edge in this game. The Lamar rushing, you gotta look to that because that should be a go.
I only see 65.5 right now. He easy gets 80, right?
I mean, they got Latavius Murray, I think, is out, so they've got Bell and Devontae Freeman. I'm not gonna put money down on a touchdown to either one of those guys or any of those guys' stats because they're splitting them, right? And that's not good. Rashad Bateman, I might look to that because he's coming up. I might look at completions or something like that with him, or probably yards. Actually, I probably look to yards with him because I think he probably gets loose. Maybe, and of course, you always probably look at Hollywood Brown. Maybe you look to Hollywood Brown, but the two teams and the line now, if Caesars is talking about 8.5 and the rest of the world's talking about 7.5, and it'll probably go up to 8.5 across the world if Caesars is on that. Damn it, I don't know.
Like you said, what do we know? But yeah, that's going to be a good game. Fire it up. Hopefully people get to listen to this before. If not, you'll get to hear all of our picks a little bit late, and they're going to be 100% spot on. So hopefully you get a cash before that.
Yes, sir. I mean, did you see it? I mean, the 1 o'clock Pacific time window seems to be the one, right? This week. Like the 10 a.m. game seems like it's gonna be horrible on Red Zone, right? I mean, is that what you're seeing too?
Yeah, I don't see a whole lot that I'm interested in the first pick. I mean, Cleveland and the 10 a.m. games, Cleveland and New England's gonna be interesting.
But Chubb's officially out, right?
So far he's still out. I think he has luck if he can get tested and test negative, but I think I just saw that he tested positive again yesterday, but I'm not 100% on that.
So if you look at it like this, though, does that really matter? Because we see that it's all about Cleveland's offensive line. You put Dearness back there. Put Dearness back there again.
Yep, Dearness is ready to roll, so that's good. He wasn't one of the tested positive. He's still clean slate. But yeah, I don't think anything else. I see. You need to slap me for this one, homie. But
what you got?
Detroit at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's a 9-point favorite.
Why would you bring something like this up?
I told you, man.
Go ahead, though. Go ahead.
I'm gonna be the guy from last week that puts money on the money line on an underdog at plus 250.
So you're saying this is the week?
This is the week, even though I swore off saying it wasn't gonna ever be a week for Detroit. This is the week. Didn't they have a bye last week?
They had a bye, coming off of a bye.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I guarantee you that there is a stat in the world of teams, the winless teams coming off a bye.
Yeah, I'd like to
I
see
guarantee you that's out there. Okay. And if at some point I'll probably check in with some of my pros and stuff like that, they'll probably have something for or against that, because I know that that's out there. And all of the sharps, that they know what time it is with all that. They got all the analytics. But yeah, no, I mean, that's the only way to go. Why not?
Yeah, for a little bit of fun for the Sunday morning games. But you're right, homie. 1 o'clock games are where it's at. What you got?
Well, shoot, at 1 o'clock. I mean, you got to start off. with y'all. I mean, and the Heat with Rodgers. I don't want to put you on the spot, but I mean, you got an opportunity to have Russell come back without pins in his finger, holding his finger straight. His finger don't just snap down automatically anymore. He's been holding balls. The boy is putting on a production promo, Instagram something he put together. That thing, man, was like RoboCop was being made. I mean, they did it like this is the return of something serious. And so what's the state of the Seahawks right now?
Hey, according to the doctor, whatever his name is, this is the best he's ever seen anybody, and could be the fastest that anybody's ever come out from a phalangio injury or whatever the fucking thing's called. And this is going to be the best. The best he's ever been, that Russ has ever been after coming off that surgery. So I don't know.
So he can hold the ball tighter or what?
Yeah, he's got the robo finger now, I guess so.
Is this helping his decision making? Is the receivers getting down the field more?
Yeah, it was like the Tommy John surgery when they come back and they could throw harder. I guess, he's going to have a little more control over those passes this time. I don't know, but Aaron Rodgers or not Aaron Rodgers, I would take the Seahawks at +3.5 because I think they keep it close one way or another at Green Bay. It's going to be interesting to find out how that all works out. But yeah, we'll see if, now that the OBJ talk is over, don't need to listen to that for the next 3 days to see what happens with that as well. I don't know, but 4-5 sounds a whole lot better than 3-6. So the Seahawks need to pull it off one way or another.
Dude, the Seahawks are 3-5, and I have them at right in the middle. They're a 16, 8 points below Green Bay.
Yikes!
This is 3 to Green Bay in Lambeau, which opened up at 5. 5 is the largest number that's been on this. So either I'm underestimating or overestimating somebody. That's what that tells me. So I mean, our only way for me to think about it is if both quarterbacks are in.
Yeah,
that's the only way I look at it.
That's what everybody wants to see too, right? Everybody wants to see Russ and A-Rod go at it for sure.
That's all. So I mean, in that situation, going back, you didn't mention anything in your soliloquy about the Seahawks, about defense, okay, and being able to stop Aaron Rodgers. You could probably stop Jordan Love, though. Yeah, you think?
Yeah, I think the chances are a little bit better against Jordan Love, and the game plan against Aaron Rodgers is a whole different scenario and different. Obviously, you go from Jordan Love putting up 7 points last week to Aaron Rodgers putting 7 points up in his sleep with COVID or whatever. So that'll be interesting to see how that works out. This game's just interesting because nobody's going to know until Saturday night, maybe Sunday morning, of who's this is going to be a game time decision for Aaron Rodgers because they don't want the Seahawks, game planning for Aaron Rodgers. They want him game planning for Jordan Love. So this is a whole game up in the air, and you never know what's going to happen here.
Yeah, bro.
Green Bay, so that's going to be ugly. So if, like you said, that the 3 points isn't really a thing anymore, but if it was, you're telling me, I don't know what these lines are off of. These lines are off of Aaron Rodgers expected to play. You're still telling me that Green Bay's only a pick 'em,
right?
Which doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no way.
No way. Yeah, if it was a pick 'em, I'd take Green Bay all day.
Well, I'm thinking that if you're somebody sitting at home and you think Aaron Rodgers is going to be back, you should go get a Green Bay ticket right damn now.
Yes.
Right. That's
if
the
you're
thing.
Not a Seahawks fan like me. Yes.
Yeah. That's just the way to go because something's definitely wrong. If that's the case, because if we look at what Seattle's done so far this year with Russell Wilson, man, I don't know. There's nothing there because the defense just keeps getting cut up. So, but yeah, man, you got a divisional matchup too at Carolina. Well, not the divisional matchup, but is there any chance that Cam Newton's going to play against Arizona, or hell no? They're going to go with PJ for a week, or?
I'm a loss for words because
just suit right up.
I think we've talked about this before, how when you get signed and you just don't have a chance to, I mean, he's got a whole new game, a whole new playbook with the new coach. So There's no way he plays, right? There's no way there's no way. No. So it's Arizona all day at, 10 easy. So
yeah, for sure.
It's going to be the PJ show for sure.
That's rough, man. That's going to be rough. That would be the only reason because Arizona's locked in, man.
And if you're Arizona, do you even play Kyler Murray, even though he's still coming off injury?
No.
I mean, you don't play him, right? You just let him. You don't play him. You don't take that chance in this game. Even if he is 100% healthy, which there's coming off an ankle.
If I saw something alarming last week with Colt McCoy, maybe, but I didn't. And they have a bye week. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, their bye week is week 11. So there's the perfect reason to sit Kyler Murray this week, get your bye week, come back hard in week 12.
Yeah.
That's the move.
I agree 100%, homie.
KC Vegas. I mean, divisional situations. Now this
wait, real quick before we get into that though.
What else you got?
The other 1 o'clock game, Minnesota at the Chargers.
Yeah, that's why I was going to jump back to that. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Well,
no,
but man, Minnesota. How many we've talked about them all year? How what's their points against and points for has got to be a flip of the coin, right? Because they're right there against each other. Lost a lot of close games. Lost last week in overtime. I think that's going to be a good 1 o'clock game too. Red Zone's going to be fire for the 1 o'clock games, like you said.
Heavy over.
Yes. 52. I do like your thinking on that one, homie, for sure. If I had to pick a side, I would take Minnesota +3 because of the way they're playing. The only thing that bothers me about this game now, though, and we've talked offline about this, is the Dalvin Cook charges and the Dalvin Cook accusations and all that.
Yeah.
Because now the team, everybody on the team's getting asked these questions. Everybody, the coach, everything's just disarray. I would just stay away from the line now that I think about it. I would just take definitely a easy over with young boy Herbert and Kirk Cousins out there. We'll see. But yeah, that's an interesting game for me at 105 as well.
You're dead on. I was going to jump back to that one because of that head-to-head Sunday night matchup with Kansas City and the Raiders in their situation. Then you jump up and you got Minnesota and the Chargers, and you look at what that division looks like, right? All that shit you was talking about Kansas City might put them back in number one in the division, right? After 1 week, and you're talking all that shit, right?
Oh.
So, but here you go. So I just looked it up while you were talking. Minnesota positive point differential. Year to date, season to date. Chargers, negative point differential. What you think about that, homeboy? So you got to go dog or nothing on this game because Minnesota
over.
Yep, Minnesota has been in every damn game that they've played. They're probably the best 3 and 5 team I'd have never seen in my damn life. Okay,
yeah, for real.
Okay. You know what I'm saying, for fantasy purposes and a whole lot of other stuff. If you have cousin Kirk, Captain Kirk, Jefferson, Thielen, Cook, you're eating. You know what time it is. So yeah, you got to go dog or nothing on that game. And I mean, cutthroat win. Do you think the Chargers got enough to win this game in LA?
Yeah, I think they do got the money line win on this because I don't know about the 3 points. Like you said, Vikings are keeping it close either way. With the Chargers, they got to bounce back after that after last week, not laying the smacketh downeth, like The Rock would say on Philly last week, because Philly's coming around a little bit, but they still shouldn't have been in the same building as the Chargers making that. Even they had to make that East Coast trip over there. But yeah, young Herb needs to bounce back at home. But
they did pull it up. They did pull it up, but they just made it look too tight. That's another team that, if you look at, if you were looking at this game last week, you're probably going, oh shoot, 4 points. Okay, here we go. And look, it falls under number 3. I would have made this game a 4. It falls for 3.5. It falls under 3. You lose. You know what I'm saying? Chargers, Philadelphia, you lose. This is going to be the same result with the Vikings. Very similar situation. I could see it. And then, so now you're going to have that game. If the Chargers pull this game out, guess what we have? Now, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm saying, should the Chargers lose? Then you got Vegas hosting the Chiefs Sunday night. Must game or must win. This would definitely fall under the Raiders must win game category, right? Is this one of those stereotypical must win games?
You could call it a must win, but I don't think it's going to be even a game to even be in tune and care about, because Kansas City is trash, even at 5-4. And like I said before, they ain't covering nothing. So they're a 2.5-point favorite, which would automatically tell me to take the Raiders and the underdog in this one. Yeah, I'd definitely take the over 51.5 too, because Mahomes is going to get a couple garbage points down towards the end when they're down by 14 going into the fourth quarter. This isn't even a game for me to even debate with you, homie, because
go ahead.
Kansas City is just not clicking on all cylinders. Like you said before, they are just not all in sync.
But do you trust the Raiders right now?
Trying to prove something, and he's just stressing too hard. So,
but do you trust the Raiders right now?
Yes. Even after they got rid of all, they got rid of all of their bad juju, so they're good to go. And they signed
Chargers lose, Chiefs win. Chiefs are first in the division, right?
That's wild to me. I can't even imagine that happening right now because they do not look like a first place team, second place team, or third place team. They should be kicking it with the Seattle Seahawks at this point.
It seems wild, man. And I'm telling you, there's got to be something up with this dude. I don't know if I hate to think that it's the Christian Yelich disease. They gave him the money and now look. I don't know, but I'm thinking maybe it's that toe. Maybe that toe from last year still ain't right or something. Because I don't know, the whole mental side of the game, the advantage that they had over teams with how flexible they were, just doesn't seem to be there. And the only thing that's missing from the offense is, well, Hilaire's not there, but you don't have what's my man's name, Sammy Watkins, and then all that did was make room for McCole Hardman. So all you're doing is rotating guys. So you got Williams back there in the backfield. Darrell Williams at the backfield. He's taking over for Hilaire. Same type of situation. And nobody would say that Hilaire is Nick Chubb. He's that big of an impact. Hell no. That's just not what it was. He was just an option to keep the defenses honest. That was a running back. Same thing that dude is doing. So I don't know. I'm starting to think that it's up here with Mahomes. It's the pressure maybe. The bread.
So is this will make it break it for him here right now though? I mean, if like you said, if Chargers lose, Kansas City wins, they could be in first place. Is this where it turns, or is this where it goes south?
It has
because
to.
In my opinion, it's going south from here.
Oh, so you're taking it from a must win to a make it or break it. I like that. All right.
I mean,
it's got to be, because if you've seen Kansas City's schedule moving forward ain't no joke. They could get washed if they play around and not get it together real soon, because their schedule is real serious. Here, let me get it for you real quick though. Because their next couple games, I think the Raiders game was the last half soft game that they have left. Look at what they got after the Raiders: Cowboys, Broncos, Raiders, Chargers, Steelers, Bengals, Broncos. Not so bad, actually. So
I don't know about that.
They could make well. It could be, because they got another divisional head-to-head with the Chargers, and then 2 with the Raiders, and then you got 2 with the Broncos. So they got their division coming up after this. So this would be a chance for them to sort it out. Now, will they? I don't know, because we don't know what the Broncos just look like. The Broncos. We didn't talk about them when we were talking about Chargers, Raiders, Chiefs. We neglected to mention them.
Skipped right over.
That's how memorable they are. So I don't know. They could take off too, because they got something cooking there with their running backs. Denver does. But Denver's got Philadelphia this week. So we just saw what happened to the Chargers with Philadelphia this week, except for Philadelphia's going to Denver. 2.5 is the number. Let's just talk about that game real quick. I just want to see, because I think I got those teams even. I damn do. Denver, 20th team. Philadelphia, the 21st team. A half a point different. So if anywhere home field matters, it's probably this game. Altitude, maybe.
Right.
Right? Because it's not where we're not talking about fans and all that. So I don't know, man. That division is going to be crazy, because that's the only division that looks like that right now. Well, I ain't gonna lie. AFC North, we know what's up with them too. Your boy Joe, my man Joe B, he gonna have to do something, man. Right?
Yeah.
After this bye week's got to clear his head, right?
It's going to be another one of those time to step up to the plate and get back up there, because they were first place for a little bit, and that division is wild right now as well. AFC North, AFC West. Interesting as hell, man. That's crazy.
Wow. Those two are heavy, man. So, like I said, and we'll see what's going on in the last game of the week. You got.
Let's close it out with your boys.
Let's go to it. Rams, 49ers. We're going up to Levi. We do not win up there. You remember how I used to talk shit to you about the Seahawks cannot beat the Rams even when they was in St. Louis? Yeah. That's just a thing, right? The Rams just don't win in San Francisco, but I tried to get that out of my head. And let's just work with the number. I have San Francisco, the 13th team. I got the Rams still at number 4, 6.5 points better. What do the Lions say? Rams to the 4. So they're giving them, if they gave them a little bit of love for home field, if they gave them 2, I would be dead on. I don't even say that. I don't even say that. On everything I love. This is me. OG Rams fan, your big homie. Don't you know me? I would put my ticket money and go to the counter. 49ers.
Plus 4 though? You don't think I don't. I mean, you know better than I would, but
you ain't ever seen Nick Bosa before? You ever seen Nick Bosa before? Did you see what happened to the Rams last week with the Titans defense? Have you ever seen Nick Bosa? You see how Nick Bosa was dragging Kyler Murray? Okay. You know what? I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. Because from last week just kind of confirmed my doubts about the Rams and what's there. Last week did it for me.
Yeah.
I don't care how good. I used to talk big shit when the homie Goof was here because it looked so good. You know what I'm saying? And the defense was strong back then. The defense is not as strong. Now, last week, the Rams did not have Sebastian Joseph Day in the lineup. So what? Still, you had everybody else. Floyd was there. Donald was there. Tannehill was like, what you want to do? You know what I mean? So it didn't look good. I like the acquisition of Von Miller. Hopefully he'll be activated this week. He'll be able to get some run going. And we know what Jalen Ramsey is. He's out here getting it every single game. You know what I mean? Shutting it down. Walked off with another INT last week. But I just don't trust the situation. Kyle Shanahan just has something. Some has some Rams voodoo doll or something that he just knows how to work. And it just hits every time. That's the one I would do. And that's the hometown play of the week. And unfortunately for the money, it's against the Rams. What do I know?
Well, I'd have to disagree with you. And I don't even know how I persuade you on this. I just wholeheartedly think the Rams are going to bounce back this weekend. And in a division game, they have to keep pace with the Cardinals up there at 8-1, right? So
yeah,
I think they're going to put it together, and
I think they're going to put it together too. Well, what the hell do we know?
Right. We'll see how the WWE story plays out, because it's going to be a fun one on Monday night to close out week 10 and see what kind of bullshit we get to deal with from Sunday and Monday. If it starts off tonight, though, we'll see how it starts with tonight at Thursday night with Baltimore and Miami. See what kind of shenanigans pop off, because if Miami somehow pulls off this game, this weekend's going to be wild, bro.
Dude, it's prime time, and they gear up a fresh story for prime time. Come on, dog. You know what I'm saying? And look, hey, just to get back into last week, I think my homie hometown play of the week was the good 6-pack. And apparently that turned out to work out for the game, right? Because it was the 3 interceptions and it was more than 3 sacks popping off, but it was all inclusive in the game. The Tennessee had an interception. Of course, the Rams threw 2 by Stafford, 5 sacks for the Rams. Beautiful defense to shut my mouth. And then Stafford was sacked 3 times by the Titans too. So that was what I expected to happen, but the score just didn't register the way that we thought.
Hey, it was a reality check game, but now that they're going to sign OBJ, sounds like
the reality check game.
The reality check game, and they're back, and then it's a division game, bro. I mean, I don't care what you say about your boys, but I have faith in your boys easily this Monday night. So this weekend on Monday night.
Wow, we had the reality check game, the must-win game, and the what was the last one? That was the make it or break it.
Make it or break it game.
Oh, this is gonna be a heavy week 10 right here. We got all three of those games. Must see. Tune in.
Hey, mid-season form.
You know it.
Hey, thanks everybody for listening. We appreciate you all. Went a little longer than we usually had to, but we had a lot of stuff to talk about and get into, and that's on us. We apologize, but hey, we'll try to break it down a little bit quicker next time. But hey, use the hashtag Stix and Sports. Get in on the conversation because we need you there. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the show. Go to thisisfunner.com for more podcasts and online content. Grab some merch while you're there from the Funner family. Follow me on Twitter at Stix015 and follow this guy, an honest big homie. Shout out to the producer, Chris Donovan, like I said, and the CEO of the Funner family. So check out his stuff.
That's right.
Homie, what you got for the people, brother?
I don't know, man. I'm a little off the script this week, man, but I'll dig something up, man. Hey, you know how every year they always come out with like sexiest man of the year and all of that, right? So this took me into a place, right? So I was looking up some stuff and I go, oh, wow, what goes on in Hollywood right now, man? And you heard this thing about Leo DiCaprio and Jeff Bezos, right? You heard this?
No.
Let me break it down.
Enlighten me, brother.
This is going to be real quick, okay? Apparently there was some event and Jeff Bezos' wife is all in Leonardo DiCaprio's face, right? Now, I seen her. Okay, but here's my observation. Jeff Bezos' girl is the baddest chick in the world. Why? She made Jeff Bezos leave his ex, pay half of his bread to get with her. Do you know another chick on the face of this planet worth all of that? To you, I say no. To you, I say you don't. You know why? This is Funner.
That was Sports Fix with Stix. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the show. If you want to join the show, use the hashtag Stix and Sports.
Winners don't make excuses.